to make everyone sure they have.
Let me get that hat.
Don't forget that hat. Yeah, get that hat.
Get that hat.
We coming, Pacquiao. Freddie, we coming.
First question, Barrios. Just give us an update on training camp.
Camp's camp. I'm already, we're 3 weeks out now. I was just patiently waiting. Been having a great camp here with Bob, Richard Barrientos, my sister.
Don't forget Pops.
Bob.
Pops used to train him and his sister since then. Knee high. Give him credit.
Come man, Don here. We got him here, so it's been good.
Barrios, at this weight class, 147, does it fit you better, as you got older, you were fighting at a very low weight class, which might have been, weight drain for you. Do you feel comfortable at this weight better than all the others?
Right now, yeah. I took probably at 122. Just slowly, I'll grow all the weight classes with time. Right now, I feel strong at 147. I feel like I really have filled out to this weight class, and so this is my this is the division that I focus on for these next couple of years. And then until we make the decision to move up, I plan on accomplishing as much as I can at welterweight.
Mario, how big do you think the inactivity of Pacquiao is going to play on this fight? I know you're preparing for the best version of it regardless, right?
Yeah, I think inactivity, for most fighters, even in their prime, it plays a big factor in their fights. But especially given his age, I think we're just gonna see on fight night. But regardless, that's not something I'm trying to be even think of during camp. I'm just trying to prepare for the best version of Pacquiao that I might possibly see.
Do you think that a lot of fans don't think that he's worthy of getting a title shot? What's your feelings on that? Because he's been inactive for so long.
Yeah.
I got to jump in here. When they say that he's an icon, worthy, there's nobody more worthy of this opportunity than Manny Pacquiao, what he's given to the sport. And secondly, about inactivity. Remember this. It can work in two ways. I've been in this game a long, long time. Yes, most people would say you'd want to err on the side of caution of having activity, but sometimes when you're an older guy like James Toney, I did a lot of camps with James Toney, when they take a long time off and everybody goes, oh, he's shot. Guess what? With that long time off, he came back, he won the light heavyweight championship, he won the cruiserweight championship, and he won the heavyweight championship of the world. So you gotta take that with a caveat, because like I said, sometimes it could work this way or it could work that way. And that's why it's going to be an interesting and a great fight for everybody to watch. And he's an icon. But at the end of the day, Al Azteca's coming out victorious July 19th. Take that to the bank.
And rest is key.
Yes.
Rest is key.
Of
Some
course.
of these guys that been out of the ring, he's an older guy. Maybe he needed that rest.
That's like I said, I was in camps. And you know that, Freddie. I was in and around your gym with James Toney. And that's why we know Manny Pacquiao real well. We got a great plan. We got Don. We got Richard Barrientos. We got his pops. We put a great plan together. We got a great team. And like I said, with all those minds coming together, there's nothing short of coming out victorious with Al Azteca, the best, the truth. All these people talk. You don't become a two-time world champion in two weight classes by accident. Very few people have ever done that. Give this man his credit.
Now, with that being said, what does it feel like to fight an icon like Manny Pacquiao?
Originally getting the fight, I was pretty blown away. But during training camp and everything, I'm not training with the mentality that I'm getting ready, to fight an icon, to fight a legend. At the end of the day, he's just another man, trying to fight for my title. So I respect everything he's done in the sport. Even the person he is outside of the ring. But come fight night, all that respect, it's not going to be there. And it's all smiles, between both of us for right now. But I know on fight night, we're both going in there with bad intentions. He's going in there trying to, take my title, and I got to do whatever it takes to make sure he does it.
Mario, you've been about a big fight, big event. Look, this is all about business, regardless of who the man is. But it must have felt a little bit different. We haven't seen Manny Pacquiao in years, in 4+ years. So for him to come back with all his accolades, you must have been sort of chomping at the bit, ready to go.
I was very excited to One, I mean, two. I mean, it was cool to even know, that he knew who I was. That he wanted to fight me. I think it's it's a tremendous honor. At first, I was a little like, I don't know if this is I don't know whether to take it as like respect or disrespect, because like he wanted me. But regardless, I think it's great for boxing. He's trying to do something that not a lot of fighters have. So as a fighter, I respect it. But again, I'm the champion for a reason, and just looking to continue improving. Why I'm holding the WBC belt.
You mentioned now that maybe you don't know how to take it, respect or disrespect. If it is the disrespect, is it important for you to go out there and make a statement and show that look, I am the younger man, I am the champion for a reason, two-time two-weight world champion. You've been on.
I like hearing that. Say that again. Two-time. Oh, I like hearing that.
You've been on these stages before. Is it important for you to assert yourself in this fight and show, look, this is where we're at now?
Yeah, no, for sure. Just looking, to going out there, just showcasing my skill, showcasing my youth. Just using any advantage that I have to make sure like again my hand is raised at the end of the night.
For you, you're facing a living legend. What do you think is the biggest obstacle or challenge that he brings to the table, even at this point in his career?
I think I think everybody can say for themselves. His movement, his hand speed. Both of those are looking very on point right now. People have been tagging me in all types of videos of his trainings and everything. But I think that was always one of the main things that has always made him a great fighter. In all the divisions he competed in, he brought something different. His style is like it's not an easy style to replicate. And even with us during sparring, it's hard to just get one sparring partner that fights exactly like how Pacquiao fights. So I think that's one of the things that has made him so successful, and the reason why he's in the position that he is.
Is one of the first times that you're defending your title. How are you training differently for this event? I know that you probably are already ready now, but how are you mentally training for a defense and especially against someone like Pacquiao?
Yeah, just treating it as every other fight. And I have always trained for every single one of my fights as if it was a world title defense, or if I was fighting for a world title. And this one is no different. I know who I'm going against, and I know the threat he is inside the ring. But like I said, I know with Bob, with Richard, my dad, my sister here, I know everything we're working on in the gym. As long as I go out and execute what we want to, I know I'll be victorious.
And last question for me is, I know you're notorious for coming out with the best walkout. What's your walkout going to be looking like?
Still bringing those indigenous roots with me. I love bringing that and showcasing that.
Yeah.
I always tell people something you feel whenever I walk out. And so yeah, we got something special planned.
What's your walkout song?
My walkout song, usually it's the drummers. They'll be playing one of the ancestral songs.
Okay,
So,
love that.
yeah.
Well, good luck to you.
Mario, Bob, I'd like to ask you both about the training camp here in Las Vegas leading up to the fight.
Well, for me, it's an honor and a pleasure to work with him, because one thing about his father, from day one when we first got him, me and Louis DeCubas Jr., like I said, the dad, he raised a pit bull. I can remember from the first fight with this kid, when we first seen him, he was quiet, reserved to himself. And but when he did that first fight, his pro debut, me and Louis DeCubas, we looked at each other and said, "Boy, we got something on our hands here." And I give a lot of credit to his father, raised him like a pit bull. But now, obviously, for this camp, me, Rich, T.O. Don, everybody get a little bit of T.O. Don. Don't forget about that.
East Oakland.
Yeah, East Oakland, right?
That's right, baby. Bay Area.
So we put some great things together. T.O. Don worked with Virgil Hunter for a long time, and we still take all the things that we learned from Virg and different guys, and what has got him to this point now. And the camp has been fantastic. Richard Barrios has done a great job. His father's done a great job. Everybody's done a great job. We all have a little piece in it. And at the end of the day, he put in the work. He's going to be victorious July 19th. Like I said, take it to the bank.
Barrios, your
part.
sister's been working your camps. You guys grew up together. You guys started together. She was a beast growing up, knocking people out. Now she's in your corner. How important is it to have her here and have her in your camp since that's what fights?
That's very important. She's being shy right now. She's not trying to be on camera. But yeah, me and my sister, you know, we started this journey together boxing. I was 6 years old. She was 8. And, you know, we had always been in each other's corners, you know, since the very beginning. When she was professional, I was in hers. And so having her back in mind, you know, these last 2 years, it means the most. You know, I don't think anybody knows me better in and out of the ring, you know, than my sister. So, you know, having her support and just having her there, you know, to help out in camp and just, you know, having that support system, it means everything to me.
We didn't want to bring her in for sparring because we might not have made it to the fight, so we had to separate them two.
Mario, can I get your thoughts on what Bob said about the training camp?
Yeah, I think Bob said it best. I mean, to me, you know, like it's been a tremendous camp. You know, I think it's very rare when I think us fighters have like very smooth camps. You know, no injuries, we've had tremendous sparring. Everything has just been, you know, lined up, and I mean, I'm very happy with the way things have gone. You know, now we're 3 weeks out. Most of the hard work is already put in, and I'm very happy with what we have gotten done so far.
How does it feel to be on, now done, like, you were on the Jake Paul undercard, which is arguably I mean, your fight was the fight of the year, regardless.
Yeah.
And
Let's go. Say that again. Fight of the year for all the
fight
people
of the
back
year
there. I like hearing that.
of 2024. But you know, you fought Tank. You're constantly on big stages. Now you're fighting Pacquiao. How does, you know, it feel just from a career standpoint of you always getting these big stage fights?
You know, I think one, you know, I have a tremendous team behind me. You know, always, you know, big thank you to Al Heyman, managers Luis de Cubas Jr., Bob Santos. I think, you know, as a fighter, you know, we're only able to get as far as we can, you know, if we have a great team behind us. And I've been very fortunate, you know, to be with, you know, some of the best in the business from the beginning. And I just always, you know, just stayed, you know, to myself. I just stayed, you know, in the gym. I just stayed focused. And I think, you know, that's the reason why, you know, I've been able to get these opportunities. And, you know, I continue to just, you know, show up, to give it, you know, my 100% every time, regardless of what that is that day. I make sure, you know, I give it, you know, like with my fights. And yeah, you know, it's, I mean, from being like now, you know, on that Jake Paul undercard, that was a little different. It was just like kind of like the audience to reach. And but yeah, you know, very, very thankful to be here. I think that fight did a lot, you know, for my career, just as far as, you know, viewers and everything. And now, you know, now we have this big fight. So yeah, I'm proud of it.
How long did it take you to recover from that fight? Because that was one hell of a war.
Yeah, it was man. I feel like I got hit by a truck for a couple of days. Yeah, no, like some fights, you know, they take a lot more from us, and I know that fight. Me and Abel, we took a good amount from each other, but you know, luckily there was no serious injuries, you know, with either of us. Within a couple of days, I mean, I was back normal and everything, but I definitely took a couple weeks off after that fight just to rest my body, and yeah, I was back in the gym in like December.
Mario, if there was one thing you can say directly to Pacquiao, what would it be? He's here right now.
I'm not much of a talker. I mean, even whenever we see each other, it's all smiles. You know, he's a very unserious dude, and yeah, you know, we're both professionals, you know, of the sport. I'm expecting a hell of a fight come January 19th. Yeah, 19th.
He ain't a talker, but I'm a talker.
How do you guys visualize
Hold on,
July 19th
I want to say
ending?
something for Pacquiao. Pacquiao, you had your time. Now it's Al Azteca time. We appreciate the run, but it's his time. And it's not because Pacquiao don't have the hand speed, the foot speed, we've seen all that, and obviously he's got the IQ and he's got the experience. But this man is hungry, he's determined, and he's going to take it to the next level, and he's going to prove that out, like I said, July 19th. Manny, you know that. Freddie, you know that too.
Mario,
That part.
Mario, I have one more for you. Many of the greatest fighters in the world have fought a couple of miles from here in Las Vegas. What does it mean to have this fight here in Las Vegas on July 19th?
It's awesome. This is the second time I'll be headlining here in Vegas. The first time I've ever headlined at the MGM, and yeah, you know, it's like I mean, one of my early fights was on the very first PBC card, you know, when Darman fought Robert Guerrero. And, you know, now being able to say, you know, at 30, you know, now I'm like headlining at the MGM. It's been a hell of a journey. Like, I'm very happy to, you know, to like be in this position, and it makes me, yeah, just, you know, just proud of everything I've been able to accomplish. And but yeah, you know, it's not over. You know, there's still like a lot of work, you know, I'm planning on doing. And yeah, just another one of those like notches in the belt.
Thank you, Mario.
Let's talk San Antonio boxing hotbed right now. You got Bam, yourself, other guys and other gals are coming out. Talk about San Antonio, the boxing scene, and your people over there.
Yeah, big 2-0 shit. You know, we got a Bam unifying on the same night, July 19th. So, you know, me and Bam, we grew up together. I got a lot of love for him and his family. And I'm very proud of everything, you know, he's done, and I got no doubt in my mind, you know, he's gonna take, you know, another title back to San Antonio that night. Yeah, we got Ramon Cardenas. You know, he put on a hell of a fight against Inoue. I think you know, he got to show you know, what he brings, you know, to the table, and he got to really just show everybody, you know, his talent. But man, like, San Antonio has always been a hotbed, you know, for boxing, and I think, you know, people are really starting to take notice and really see that.
That's right. All right, guys.